Djay Pro has an amazing built-in looper feature, and if you use it right, it's kind of like having a beat-making software inside of an amazing DJ software. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know, including where to find it, how to use it, and how to get the most out of the looper. So in the classic view mode, you do have access to the looper, but it is quite limited compared to other view modes. So I'm just going to show you quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because we're not going to really use the looper in this mode. So we have these three buttons here. If you press the button to the right, you could have your sampler and you get 2, 4, 6, 8 samples. But if you go to the next one, we get our loopers. So we get 8 looper pads that we can control, but you can't really choose different types of instruments, and it's very limited. So we're probably not going to use it in this mode. The next mode is the dedicated looper mode. You may think that this would be the best mode to use your looper in, but in my opinion, it is not. So in this mode, we have a grid that's 6 by 8. So there's 6 pads and then 8 different types of instruments pretty much. The first one's probably going to be kicks, and then percussion, and then top, and then bass. And then like effects and vocals are going to be over here. And the only difference between this and in Pro mode is if we press this button down here, we can control the volume of each individual looper tracks and still get to see everything. But the mode that I would recommend using, and everything else is going to be the same, is going to be in Pro mode. So that's where the rest of the tutorial is going to be. Just take a look at this in looper mode. We get a very limited amount of features that we could use. Yeah, we have a crossfader, set and cue, and loops and sync. But if we go to Pro mode, we get jog wheels, pretty much every feature. And then now if we press this button over here, now we have a looper. So we have our waveforms, all these features, and we could use the looper. And this is great because I like to use the looper for scratching. So now we get the same view that we get in looper mode, and once you choose which one you want, so let's say we choose this bass, then we could press the volume button and we could fade up the volume. The only difference is you can't see them all at the same time, but you don't really need that because you know which one you selected. So the left is gonna be the drums, and then the tops and percussions, and then we're gonna go over to vocals. Let me just show you the settings, and then I'll show you how to use it. So the first thing you could do is press play. So if you put a loop on, you could pause it. That'll turn the whole loop off. We have a volume. This controls the volume of the whole thing, not individually. And then over here, we could control which type of loop we want to use. So there's a bunch of different looper packs. You could download more of them. I think they're free. I purchased them all. Choose which one you want, and then there you go. And now this, if you have a track on sync, so let's just say this track is on. So if it's on sync, you're going to see the BPM move. So it's going to be in sync with your track that's playing. So you could keep it on and then have the volume low. And if something happens to your track, you could always flip it open. So here is how you're going to use this feature. So to make a simple drum beat, we'll do a kick, tops, and percussion. And now we could add other elements like bass. So I recommend playing around with each different looper packs and seeing which one makes a great loop. Now this is going to be the loops you make are not copyrighted, and you could record with them. So you could record your beat that you like. So let's do that. Press the middle button, press record, start recording. Stop recording, and then it's going to be over here. Now we can load it up. and you could load it up into a deck. You could also use it for scratching, or you could use it and then use NeuroMix to play the vocals of another song. So I got the vocals on, I got it sunk in. You could also use the sampler with it.
Damn.
And you could also layer up your recordings, so you could record the looper beat, and then you could record vocals or whatever else you want to add to it, and then keep recording and keep adding it to produce your own track. And this works really good with the sampler. And if you want to see how to add your custom samples to this software, check out this video over here. Thank you.